Well, we have arrived today in the little town of Cromer, which is about 40 miles, I should think, from Great Yarmouth, perhaps a little more. It's a beautiful town, nice, busy place, nice little main street, which is being graced by the sun today, and everywhere, let's be honest, looks much better when the sun is shining. Here's a very fine building which features right in the very centre of the town. It's a lovely church, and you can see that for once the authorities have not built every single building right up against the church, and that there is in fact some space round about it. I always think it gives it a better aspect, shall we say, if that is the case. I'm just panning around now, just getting the feel of the actual little. Yeah, there's a church. There's a church now from the side, and as you can see, it's quite splendid. Two old ladies here making their way, strutting it out in the sunshine of the day. Taxi going round the corner. And further up there is a little graveyard, I discovered, that is quite splendidly decorated, and a war memorial which is equally well decorated, shall we say. It's a fitting tribute to the locals who perished in the wars that we have had over the years. Looking down the main street once again. Nice town, nice town. We were here just long enough, basically, to have a meal and a pint and away again, shall we say. And that's the little graveyard I was speaking of there. Anyway, you can see the whole thing is kind of very nice and well integrated with the town. Look at those windows, aren't they quite spectacular? They really are. Absolutely spectacular. A curiosity shop with what looks to me like some Nazi insignia and various artifacts that remind us of, hopefully, a bygone age. As if we ever, I would say, needed reminding. Nevertheless, that's Cromer. Beautiful aspect to the other side of the main street from this particular point. Busy place, you'll have noticed. And you can just see the church once again as we look up this little roadway here. I rather like this town. I think I could possibly come back here and just, with a couple of pubs, I could spend a week or so. Oh yes, I need to have a couple of pubs. And down at the seafront, we are high up, and we look down in a moment to the little jetty that's here, and the traditional little theatre on the end of it. Dog barking in the background. I do hope it's not too close. Not too close for comfort, anyway. Nice view across the sea. Look at those beautiful clouds. And here we have an old Victorian building. So many of these in the English seaside towns. Mainly with a certain amount of, shall we say, faded grandeur. It must be a tremendous cost of upkeep of these places. I'm not at all sure that prices nowadays that people are prepared to pay would allow for the proper maintenance of these establishments. Here we are on a pier once again. And we look up this little lane, and this up at the top end of this this little street, shall we say, that the sacred chip shop lies, where Irene and I had a very, very fine fish supper, as we call it, but I think it was cotton chips, as the English call it, because it was caught. And some old ladies giving me a sort of sideways glance, looking at me suspiciously there. What do we have here? Ice cream parlour. Yes. People going everywhere. And here it is, I think. Just coming into view. The fish and chip shop. People sitting inside. This is obviously a right place to be. Mary Jane's fish and chip shop. Well, I never. And the last little look, just in time to catch this little road train coming along the promenade. Nice touch, isn't it? And it advertises Mary Jane's Fish and Chip Shop. Oh, I beg your pardon, Fish and Chip Restaurant. Now sea on the horizon. Some old buildings. What a nice town. Well, we're just about to say goodbye to Cromer as we look out over the North Sea at some distant object. Goodbye.